Good evening and welcome to this week's special final edition of StormCast 2016. I'm your host, Joey Pisani. Glad to have you guys here on this fine Wednesday night edition here 4 days before Christmas. Hope you guys are ready for Christmas. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. I want to welcome our guests with us. We have Lady Disaster Jesse from Iowa. My brother is home from Dayton, Tennessee. We've got JJ in the fancy suit. And from the great north, we have Mr. Dan up in Wisconsin. So glad to have you guys all with us. We'll probably have some more guests on as we get into the broadcast. If you're wanting to join us for this broadcast, I'll let you guys know there is a link where you guys can join this. If you go to our Twitter or our Facebook page, it is on there. Simply click it, and we'll have you guys live on air. Come on in, share what you think one of the top 10 weather moments of 2016 was, and we'd be glad to hear what your guys' opinions are on that. But before we get to the top 10, we want to talk a little bit about, just kind of have a little discussion about this. Dan, last week on StormCast, or I think it was right after StormCast, had mentioned that he wanted to talk a little bit about wind chill and, how that all works and forecasting it. So, Dan, just kind of, I guess, what exactly were you wanting to know about that? Because I think that's a great topic that, doesn't get talked about a whole lot, that people need to be aware of.
Well, I think most of it is just the dangers of frostbite, because the actual temperature is only part of the equation. But when you start to factor in the winds, those effects can speed up, and in some cases quite dramatically, depending on how hard the wind is blowing. So there is a chart, and if I was at my computer, I'd be able to show you.
I actually think I have the chart here.
Yeah, and it's perceived temperature. So it's when it's real cold, depending as the wind increases, the colder it starts to feel.
Yes. Okay. So excellent point. So, for example, let's throw out an example here. We're talking about frostbite. How long does it take you to get frostbite at what different temperatures? So if your air temperature, let's say, is 15 degrees, for example, okay? Your air temperature is 15 degrees, but your winds are blowing at 20 miles per hour. That gives you what we would say a wind chill would be of -2 degrees. With that wind chill, you're looking at being able to get frostbite with 30 minutes of exposure. Now, let's say 30 minutes. That's not a long time. -2 degrees. Think about that. Happens a lot where you live. I mean, so you can get frostbite pretty quick. Now, let's get a little bit more extreme. Let's say you live up in Minnesota, okay? And you have a
Or Wisconsin.
Or Wisconsin. Let's say you have a real temperature of -10 degrees, okay? But you have a really strong cold front going through, and you're getting winds up to about 40 miles per hour, okay? Well, your -10 degree temperature just became a -43 degree wind chill. So you can see the difference. Let's say those winds were 60 miles per hour at -10, your wind chill will be about -48, and you could be getting frostbite in as little as 5 minutes of exposure. So it's really important that, yes, the air temperature may only be -10, but if you have really strong winds, your wind chill is going to be much higher, and your frostbite time to, frostbite rapidly reduces down to possibly quickly as 5 minutes. So it's really important to, avoid, those extreme temperatures.
Yeah, I can say an example. I was working, and in the morning it was 18 degrees, but we had like 15 miles per hour wind, and so it probably felt like 0 degrees. That wind chill just makes it a whole lot colder for the area around itself, the atmosphere, but then it just makes your body feel a lot colder, and so yeah, it was pretty brutal when it got down to that low, and then you get the winds. And so yeah, if it's I would bundle up if you guys haven't, because it's brutal out there.
And just as
Absolutely.
an example, 5 minutes isn't a very long amount of time. You figure you get out of your car in a parking lot to go into a store, you're already probably halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have to walk any sort of distance, for anything, then you may end up walking into work with some frostbite, and not even realize it. And frostbite can lead to hypothermia, when you get longer exposure times. So, definitely a big danger. And it can have deadly results, if you're not careful, paying attention to the signs that your body's trying to give you, get me warm. If you start feeling your extremities, going numb and stuff like that, that's kind of a sign, that you need to get somewhere warm.
Yep.
So excellent question and topic there for sure. And
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
a
going,
nice chart right there.
yeah. Thank you, Jesse, for providing that.
Welcome.
So there's a lot to wind chill, and we'll definitely share that chart on our Facebook page. So be looking for that. You can always reference it, and it even has the whole formula and how they calculate wind chill, which is rather interesting because it takes into effect the wind and the temperature. Also, another thing I'll say about wind chill too is, since JJ mentioned it, elevation. For example, JJ's up in the mountains, so his elevation's a lot higher. So that also has an impact on overall air temperature. It may be 30 degrees down in the valley, but 15 degrees up on the mountain.
Yeah, it can.
So those of you
During the
in-
wintertime, it can be 10 degrees different, but like you said, during the wintertime, I have a good feeling that it can be like 15 degrees colder. So
exactly, and then
Frostbite does not only affect humans; it also affects your pets. So if
exactly.
pets outside and it's this cold out, bring them in because they can get frostbite and they can't tell you that they've got a cold part of their body. So you have to, check their ears, check their paws, check every
Excellent
extremity.
advice. Yeah. Definitely check your pets, if you don't want them getting frostbite, excellent advice there. Pets, obviously, if you're a gardener, they issue frost advisories for a reason. Bring in those sensitive plants indoors so you don't lose them.
Like
I know, my mom, whenever the first frost advisory goes out, she's like, oh, we have to get all this, that, and the other plant. We have to bring them inside, so
put
we
them
don't
in the
lose them and stuff like
garage.
that. Yep. So definitely, very. I'm sure a lot more could be said about that, but for sake of time, we're gonna move on to our next big topic of the evening, which is Christmas weather forecast. So we've got team members all over the place. Dan, you're up in Wisconsin. Jesse, you're out in Iowa. We're here in Atlanta, Georgia. We've got folks in Nebraska, Oklahoma. So there's a lot of different Christmas weather that we're looking at. We're going to be having a pretty potent low pressure system that's going to be coming in from the Pacific Northwest. It's going to be diving down kind of across the country, and we're going to be looking for it to be a pretty decent snowmaker across much of the northern parts of the country, from Montana through to the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, over into Michigan. Could get some pretty decent lake effect snow. However, the influx of Gulf moisture across the southern plains, according to at least what some of the models that we've been seeing, it's looking pretty decent. And so the SPC has already, which is pretty indicative that they're pretty confident in at least something happening, that they've already introduced a 15% risk area for severe weather on Christmas Day for much of central eastern Oklahoma as well as southeast Kansas. Now, the primary threat with this system, severe weather-wise for those areas, is going to be damaging winds. This is going to be, you know, probably your QLCS, quasi-linear convective system, aka a squall line, strong squall line, going to be moving through. There could be some embedded supercells in there, depending on, you know, how favorable the environment is and the amount of wind shear that we could get. A tornado threat could not be ruled out. I think it was a couple of years ago. I want to say it was like 2 years ago. We actually had a decent severe weather outbreak on Christmas Day where we had, I think it was like 10 or 12 tornadoes on Christmas Day. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't remember. But it has happened before, and it's definitely something that we have to keep a close eye on here in these next couple days. Now, folks, for you like Dan, do you guys know, have you heard of any sort of snowfall totals that you guys are expecting over Christmas weekend?
What I've heard so far is that we're supposed to have like a wintry mix. So we must be right along that freezing point.
Gotcha.
So it's even now, it might be a little too early to tell on which way that might fall, because either we'll get more rain or we'll get more snow.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
it sounds like we're going to be getting something. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely keep us posted on that. Down here in Atlanta, I know it's supposed to, like I said, it's supposed to be like 62 degrees and a slight chance of rain. About, I think, a 20 or 30% chance of rain. So should be a pretty nice Christmas day here. What's Christmas looking like up there in Iowa for you, Jesse? What's your forecast telling you?
They've been talking about possible rain. Looks like they're talking about freezing rain, drizzle, and just regular rain. The high is going to be about 50 degrees. So we'll see what we'll come up with. They're saying about 70% chance that day.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're definitely higher than we are down here. 70% chance. That's a pretty good chance. And as always, guys, StormCast is proudly, you know, brought to you by, of course, Jesse's Mountain Dew. If you ever need Mountain Dew, we have a full supply of it here at other videos.
Please drink responsibly.
Of course, please drink responsibly. Also, you know, if you're, you know, needing something hot to drink, you can always, you know, get yourself a nice little EWV mug on our little online store. We're going to also be trying to come up with some new products for 2017. So we're going to be working on that. We've got a lot of great ideas coming for 2017. If you're watching this and you're interested in joining our team of weather nuts and enthusiasts and storm chasers and just, you know, folks that love weather, feel free to head to our website. Yeah, exactly. Feel free to just head to our website, click apply, fill out the application, and we'd be glad to, you know, get to talk to you guys and see if we can get you involved. So looking ahead to 2017, Dan, what are you looking forward to in this upcoming year? Before I know you have to go here soon, so I just kind of want to, I know this is the last Stormcast of 2016, so what are you looking forward to in 2017?
Oh, man, I'm looking forward towards spring. And well, up here, early summer is kind of our main season. But just whatever it brings severe weather-wise, just kind of want to be around for it. We'll see what happens.
Sure thing. What about you, Jay? What are you looking forward to in 2017 up there in Dayton, Tennessee?
Rain. We lacked a lot of rain this year. We lost like a foot of water in the lake just by not having rain, 1.5 feet. So I just think it's rain because farmers need it, and just you need it for cattle, and we have a lot of cattle up there. So rain is probably what we need most.
All right, rain it is. Yeah, definitely. You know, and you got to think about, you know, the wildfires that they had up there and a little bit further east of you, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. Yeah.
I mean, talking about that topic, before Gatlinburg fire, there was another fire that it got real bad, and we smelled it from the camp, and then someone posted a picture on Facebook of what Chattanooga looked like on a clear day, and then they put a picture on when all that that smoke and everything, and it was just crazy. So you know, rain needs to be everywhere. Just not just in Tennessee in general, because if you don't have rain, that's not good for the economy. That's not good for farmers, and so
Yep,
overall, I say
absolutely.
rain, and hopefully we don't get too many flooding or tornadoes. Because you don't want all that lives being lost. So
Absolutely, yeah. For sure, for sure. What about you, Jesse? What's your outlook on 2017?
Getting out more, chasing storms more, avoiding trees.
We'll do our best. We'll do our best. Yeah. Go storm chasing instead of tree chasing.
You've gotten trees. Dan's gotten debris. Now it's my turn to find something.
Yeah, just not like a guardrail or anything, please. Make it something soft. Like find like a big like
you know what? You can
a
get a
truck full
trash
of
can.
marshmallows or some trash cans.
I just hope that we don't get another flood this year. I mean, we've had 2 big major floods over the
True.
last 10 years, sorry, that we cannot afford.
I would definitely put that probably as one of your top 10 weather moments for sure of 2016. I remember that the Cedar Rapids flood, Des Moines
It
flood.
was bad as they thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because didn't they like shut down like all the interstates and stuff like that for a while in that area? Kind of like before it happened.
A few of them they did, and they shut down a lot of the downtown streets. Because they were talking of it being as bad as it was back in 2008 when the entire downtown district was completely underwater.
Wow.
Well, Joey,
Bad as they thought.
Now that we're on this topic, why don't
Hold
we
on one
talk
second,
about
Jerry.
our 2 top,
Yeah, that's
weather?
what we yeah.
Hold it, JJ.
For me, it would be the drought, and then what I found was
Or
the
not.
Louisiana flood was the worst U.S. disaster since Hurricane Sandy. So
Yeah.
that's what the Red Cross says. So for me, it's that flooding, because that was really bad this year. The flooding was horrible.
Yeah. What about you, Dan? Before you leave, what was your top weather moment of 2016 up there in lovely Wisconsin?
Oh, well, up here, and I do have to get going, so sorry to cut the episode short, but up here it was relatively quiet. We had a few tornadoes around especially towards the southern part of the state, but overall for the year, it wasn't that bad. Where I'm at, we got little severe weather. We had a few good storms roll through, but nothing real major. Outside of the major hurricanes that we had, the one weather event that did stand out for me in 2016 was that semi-surprise tornado outbreak in Indiana. That was something that was kind of off the radar, no pun intended, from the National Weather Service. That kind of caught a lot of people by surprise, and that for me, it may not have been the biggest weather event of the year,
but one of the most memorable.
For me, it stood out the most because it was unexpected and it was
pretty horrific.
Quite significant. So
yeah.
With that, yes, I do have to get going. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to be heading out, at least for now, and I look forward to seeing everyone in 2017 when we resume StormCast. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and I will see you all then.
Have a great night, Dan. Thanks for joining us tonight.
You too, Dan. Have a good Christmas.
That was Dan Cloeen, everyone, one of our admins here of Extreme Weather Videos. So great to have him on tonight. If you're wanting to be a special guest here on StormCast in one of our future episodes, simply send us a message or a tweet, or just post it up on our face wall saying, hey, I'd love to be a special guest on one of your StormCasts in 2017. I know I've got a couple folks that have expressed interest in that. If you are interested, wanted to just talk weather with us, let us know. Either tweet us, send the Facebook page a message. Just get get involved, use the contact form on the website. Any way you can, just let us know, hey, I want to be a guest here on StormCast, and we'll definitely get you on air. But we do appreciate you guys, your support here in 2016. Looking forward to a great 2017 for sure. Have a lot of really cool things planned, getting some more products planned. Hopefully, getting
Yeah,
EWV
why don't you talk about
LLC.
that, Joe? Why don't you talk
Yeah,
about the product that you're trying to do?
yeah, so obviously we've got, a couple shirts that we came out with in 2016. I'm wearing one of them right here, the Keep Calm and Storm Chase shirts, which are still available on our store. So you can definitely get those. We're going to be trying to come with a couple new designs for 2017, so keep your eyes out open for that on extremeweathervideos.com. Also on the Facebook page, facebook.com/extremeweathervideos. Team applications are also still open, available on our website. Just simply go to our website, again, extremeweathervideos.com. Click on the Apply tab, fill out the information, submit it. We'll have an admin get in touch with you and do a short interview and get you guys involved. We're also, another thing we're wanting to do for 2017, which I'll put this guys on your radar, is we are going to try and do a photo contest for 2017. Try and give away maybe some like tickets to Stone Mountain Park, something like that. Also looking at possibly doing a 2017 EWV team meeting, maybe at Stone Mountain or something like that. So we'll have to see what 2017 brings us. But it's going to be a great year, absolutely. And Jay, it has been great getting to have you on here. For those of you that don't know, JJ is actually my brother. We were kind of the ones that started Extreme Weather
He was
Videos.
more of that, but I kind of helped him in a little bit, and so I'm trying to get more involved. But getting, you get caught up with your job and everything. That it's been hard, but I'm gonna try to get more involved in it, and so yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know we both have full-time jobs and stuff like that, but definitely going to be a good 2017 year of growth. Really building the team and our brand and stuff like that.
Yeah, and recently you're doing that sponsorship. That was
Yeah,
nice.
that's another thing. We are sponsoring. This is another great way that we're able to get our name out there is by being a sponsor for 2017 ChaserCon. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be there in person at ChaserCon this year. I wish I could. But due to my work scheduling, that's kind of the weekend that we kind of start training everyone back for the 2017 season. So hopefully 2018, maybe I can be able to make it out there. It'll probably be in Oklahoma. This year, I know for the 20th anniversary, it's going to be in Denver, Colorado. So for those of you going, definitely enjoy it. Send in your pictures. Use the hashtag EWVLive so we can get those. Also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Definitely appreciate your guys' time and your support. Definitely couldn't Extreme Weather Videos wouldn't be what it is without all of our great fans. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Leave a comment below on this video saying what your top weather moment of 2016 was. We'll definitely look forward to seeing what you guys have to say there. But for Extreme Weather Videos, I'm Joe Pisani. Hope you guys have a great night, have a great Christmas, a great New Year, and we'll see you back here hopefully within the first week or two of 2017. We'll be posting updates here in the coming weeks. Have a great one, everyone, and we'll see y'all later.